Okay, thought I'd do a video real quick. It's had to turn the fans off, and just real quick, it's in the evening and starting to cool down, but it's still about 88, 89 degrees out here. So I'll get a video done. The state fair's come and gone, and just show you what some of these guys did for an update. This here is Sugar Babies. She's a junior red doe, and she won best red doe on our Friday show of our state fair. And that's her there. So she's doing good. She's doing really well. A lot of good comments on Sugar Babies. This is Sugar Baby's sister here in a class of 14 junior does. She took third, and Sugar Babies took second. And when it was a class of 14, that was the first show. She was second, and her sister here was third. And then first was this doe here that day. So she was first of 14 in a junior doe class. And this is Gummy Bears now. And so Gummy Bears won that big class. However, on that show, she did not go on to win best red doe, because Pixie Sticks won best red doe. Didn't you? Yeah. Pixie Sticks was on the end of the run at the state fair, and she had her face up there, and every little kid pet her, and she turned into this awesome little doe. Awesome doe now. She's so sweet. Yeah, she's like, whatever. But she really is. She's turned into a sweet little doe. And then, like I said, Gummy Bears was the best in her class of 14, which that gave her a leg. Then Pixie Sticks was best red doe. That gave her a leg. And then the Friday show, Sugar Babies got her leg for winning best red doe. Over here is Sugar Baby's brother, and he won the best red buck both shows, and his name is Payday. Payday, Pixie Sticks, Sugar Babies, and Gummy Bears. They are all the new named ones that are doing really well, and going to be about 6/8 for the ARBA convention in Texas this year, so hopefully they'll go on to do really well. This is their other sister. I'm keeping her back just to breed her early, because when she was weaned, at weaning, she pulled her top teeth out, and I noticed they were hanging out the side of her mouth, and I went and I doctored her up, and she had lost her teeth. We took them out, and then they grew back. They didn't bust all the way off. She's really a nice doe, and she's big. She's the biggest one of the group, so she's going to go straight into breeding, just because I know she's got, excellent genetics. And I can't show her because when her teeth grew back, they're not, a hereditary deal. I know for a fact that they were ripped out, so I know that about her. But I can't show her because when her teeth grew back, they just kind of didn't grow straight. They kind of look a little crooked, which would give you the sense that it's just not, what it's supposed to be or whatever. So I know that she's good to go. It's just she had a, traumatic injury. Well, I messed that up, didn't I? Okay, this one here, I'm so sorry for that. This one here is Gummy Bears, and this was her brother, the buck, the one that I just showed you. I called Gummy Bears. That's her brother, and he did really well in his junior class. He got second to Payday each time, but did really good. So they were right back and forth, right next to each other. So he's just behind Payday, and that's the reason for that is they're about a month younger. And so Gummy Bears here did really well and went on and beat Sugar Babies on the Friday show, and or Wednesday show. My bad. Gosh, I keep forgetting that. And won her the class of 14. So sorry if I'm confusing y'all, but if you rewind it, you'll probably figure it out. Again, she won the class of 14 and got her leg that way. And she's about a month younger than the other junior does that I was showing. So that class of 14, she got first, she got second, and she got third. So 1, 2, 3, a lot of good red points anyway. And their brother Payday, like I said. Who else did we have? This here is a broken buck that I already had sold, and I took him. I don't really remember. I think he was second in his class, losing only to my buck Jawbreaker. And the same deal down here with this doe. She's his sister, and I believe she got second out of 7 or something like that, losing only to my doe, the Lifesavers right there. She won her class that day. So Lifesavers got a leg, and well, I had 5 legs one day and 2 legs the next day because the Brokens just kind of switched places with some people. Who else? This buck here, he didn't get to go to the show, but we're going to grow him out and see how he does. And these 2 bucks here, this red buck right here, they're born April 13th. It's just past the middle of August, so barely 4 months old. This red buck right here is over 9 pounds already. And that's his brother right there, that broken buck. They're just getting ready to be rehomed. I put them up for ad because he's got the excessive white hairs, and that's not really good for show. And then the red buck here, he has weak ear bases, so he looks like Eeyore and has some floppy looking ears, but he's going to make a great meat buck for somebody. So that's those 2. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video now because my neighbor's weed eating, and then I'll get back to it. And this litter here, I'm just going to go ahead and go on. This litter here is Good Bar and Dove's litter of 4. This is the same breeding as Gummy Bear's litter. So hopefully we got a good buck and doe out of there again too. And they'll be, I don't know if they're going to make age-wise for nationals. We'll see how good they are. They'll be about a month behind all the ones I got out there at convention. There's Hot Tamale. She's got a box. She's ready and due tomorrow. This is Milky Way. She's due today. And there's Hot Tamale's litter right there. This is a litter of 5 that we haven't tattooed yet. We needed to do it last week before the state fair, and I didn't have time. I only got the other, what do I got, 1, 2, 3, 4 litters out there, so I didn't have time to do all 5 litters. And so I'm really anxious to see what they look like tonight when we tattoo them, kind of get an idea for them. Here's Andy's. Andy's went on and won Best Senior Doe at the state fair. Best Senior Broken Doe, and that gave her her senior leg. So Andy's has 4 legs now, and one of them being senior. Sorry, I'm trying to look at her at the same time as I'm holding the camera. So Andy's, once I get her registered, she will be grand championed because she has all her legs. Twix here is due today. Reese's is due today. Reese's probably won't have one. This will be like strike 5 for Reese's, either having them all over or missing or whatever. And Reese is just going to have to go and make room for some of them new ones over there. And Miss K's litter with her 1 broken red Charlie and 1 broken black, and then the rest of them are steel. Glacier's litter, that 1 pretty broken red right back there, got a lot of hopes for that one. And Miss Kit Kat right here, and her beautiful litter. And then you got Whatchamacallit, and she's due tomorrow. We'll have to put some more hay in there because she pulled it all out. Now I'll go outside and let you guys see them. I will really try to speak over all the noise. I apologize for that. But this litter here, this is Crunch and Milky Ways litter. Beautiful reds. They're a little bit lighter in weight than the rest of them, but they're all very similar. So we'll see how they grow up. I'm finding with my reds, my smaller ones are my late bloomers, and they are the best type animals, and they have the best bodies once they blossom nice and smooth. These here are Good Bar and Whatchamacallits. I'm pretty sure it was $5. I can't remember. It was last week before the fair when I spent the whole week there and forgot like everything I know in my life. I don't know. If you've ever done a fair that long, you know what I'm talking about. But these 5 are stupendous. I remember my wife and I were doing it, and we're looking at them, and I couldn't really place them, 1 through 5. So we'll see how they do on the judging table and get some comments from probably about 4 different opinions. Unless one of them grows out and just changes to be different, but other than that, they are all right on line with each other. This is Good Bar and Charlie's litter. This is the solid red buck over a Charlie red doe, all brokens. And where are you, sweetie? This one back here. Got the most color on her. She has a super body, and I am so excited about her and can't wait to see how she develops for the convention as a hopeful. These heavy brokens, really awesome bodies, but if you know anything about them, that is faulted because they have too much color. You notice her, she's not quite heavy. She has a lot of white. You count the bottom and the top, There, she's over 50%. You know, it's not over 50% color. That big broken right there, I believe, is the buck, and he is really nice as well. And then again, the heavy brokens. These two here, just a little bit smaller than them. We'll see how they turn out. But those two I'm really excited for, and then those heavy brokens will make somebody a nice broken program if they got a nice broken buck to breed to. This buck here is Pixie Sticks' brother. Did really well at the show. It was up between him, he won his class of 6'8" bucks. It was between him and Payday for best red buck at the state fair both days, and Payday went on and won those from him. And he's just a little bit better, but he's already sold to a friend, and he's going with that broken buck and those broken doe that's inside. We got somebody going lazy on their ear. This doe here, she's just barely 4 months, so we're excited about her to see how she does pan out, but you know, it's not a big deal. This is her sister. She's red with 2 broken parents, being Smarty and Kit Kat. Makes her a lighter red, so she's going to go off to some people that have a red buck from me that just want a red doe for more of a meat purposes and maybe some 4-H showing. She doesn't have quite as dark. I mean, she looks dark there, but in real life she's not quite as dark. You can kind of tell it against that darker red on that broken doe right there, so you can see it there. That's the difference, and that's because she has 2 broken parents. You breed her to a darker buck and you're going to do much better with that. We'll go around the tree and in the video here. Okay, so this is Fun Dip. Fun Dip is due tomorrow, and she was bred to Warhead, so that's Warhead's first breeding. And by the way, if Twix has hers, she will be having them from Jawbreaker. That would be Jawbreaker's first breeding. Jawbreaker did, however, win his second leg ever. He won his class at the state fair on Wednesday. So in here we got Smarty and Twix's. The reds that are in here are actually really pretty red for having parents of 2 broken parents. You see one broken there, it's got the excessive hairs, that's the only downside to that one. And then this heavy broken doe here, her only downside is she's heavy broken but still got a good body. This broken here has got potential, and those 3 reds have some potential. So we'll see how they all do, who can make it and who's going to go to Texas or whatever. And the rest of these guys are, you know, that's why I got to have so many. I got to have a bunch to decide who's the best ones to take, and I want to take a few in each class just for the fun of it. It's expensive entry fees, so you want to make sure you're taking the ones you can can do okay at it. But anyway, staying calm over here for the hopefully new mama. But I appreciate you all watching, and that's the update. I know I just put it behind the one right before the state fair, but I just didn't have time to get it posted. So since I had it, I'll go ahead and post them both, and we will move on from there. But thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.